Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to do another episode of G.I. Joe Classified versus G.I. Joe 25th Anniversary. Now, keep in mind, the G.I. Joe anniversary for this episode, which we're talking about Law and Order, is not really based off the 25th anniversary, which is in that same timeline expansion when it was, when it followed suit, but this is based off another actual G.I. Joe continuous toy line since they started the 25th anniversary. This is actually the Pursuit of Cobra Law and Order that my daughter custom for me many years ago to look like the original Law and Order. And the only thing that really will stand out is his hair, because his hair was colored differently. But either way, let's see the differences and compare them to see how accurate they both are to their actual vintage O-ring counterpart. Welcome, guys, back to another episode of Toys in My Closet. It's your boy and your host, Hebot. It's been a while, but hopefully we'll have some fun with this one, and we'll, and you'll enjoy it. So let's start off with the newly released Law and Order. I got this from Amazon, and as you can see here, we'll start off with taking a closer look at Law and Order himself, which he is a fantastic looking figure, and one that I'm pleasantly surprised that he came out so well. As you can see, his face portrait looks really great with the nice orange hair with some little highlights of dark wash of black on there. And you see that his vest is blue, but it's more of a navy blue as opposed to the teal blue that he is originally known for. And I think that's because they're going for a more realistic aesthetic. You see, he has the MP badge on the top because that stands for military police, and you see that he has this nice walkie-talkie there with a holster here for one of the guns, the bandana on his bicep that says MPK9, which means military police and K9 unit, I guess. And then the other side, you see the sleeve of the red shirt in the inner part of his of his vest. Now this vest is closed. You see the zipper there, nice and close. You can see the nice detail, and the radio walkie-talkie being black, the same thing as the holster. We come down here to his belt buckle that he has. They got some nice little rings on it, pouches, more rings to hold more stuff. You see that in the back it has two actual handcuff areas where you can store them. This one is actually sculpted, and as you can see, the handcuff is painted really nice in that chrome look. Then he has a flashlight here, but it's not really painted. It's just all black. Another pouch here, another holster here for his Uzi, and another pouch on the side here on his thighs. You see his pants are nice and olive green with the patches on his knees, and then of course his boots, which look really nicely detailed. And we can zoom in even more and see all the stitching and lacing and leather kind of material look, and cuts within the boots themselves. And there's his actual portrait. I don't know if we can see his color of his eyes really well, but they do look really nice. And the detail, I don't know how well it's coming in, but yeah, there we have Law and Order, and that is Law and Order himself, as you can see there, out of the packaging. And we can see also real quick behind them, we have the actual packaging it comes with, which we have actual order in there, and that's the K9, which we will take out. And then window box display, and you see it says number, what is it, number 157. You see the actual wonderful artwork on the side of him with G.I. Joe 157, and then a nice promotional shot in the back of him, you know, alongside Law and Order in like a beach or a camp or some type of people. So we're gonna take him out of here as well to take a closer look at him. But before we do that, let's take a look at the Law and Order from the, I believe is, again, like I said, Pursuit of Cobra. So here we go. Let's take a closer look. And he does come with the old school stand that came with it, which says Law and Order right on there. That was very reminiscent to all the 25th anniversary, as you can see. And I'm trying to look for one of his guns that he has there, or one of his accessories. There we go. Okay, it's all there. So now let's take a closer look at Law and Order. So here we have Law and Order, and this is his face scope, really fast, so we can take a quick look at him, and you can see all the details in his face. His hair is brown, and then you see the vest was actually closed. I slid it, or my daughter did it when he customized it to make it look like an open vest. Here's his badge, here's some pouches, here's the radio on the side, radio comm, some more pouches, gloves. He even has the same watch color, which is like a grayish, and then on the other side he's supposed to have the green, which with some gloves, even though this one has gloves and the original doesn't. That's one of the differences. He has the pouch here on the side, and the other pouch for his gun here. The knee plates on the knees, the green pants, the belt buckle on the inside, the red shirt, and you know, his vest says police in the back with another pouch there, as you can see, and then the shoes and stuff of that nature. So the Law and Order for the 3-inch, based off the, you know, Pursuit of Cobra, it looks excellent. My daughter did a fantastic job. I believe even all this wasn't even this color. It was a different color. She painted everything the proper color. I'm gonna see if I can take a quick pause right here and actually show you guys a picture of what he looked like. So there you have it, guys. There is the picture reference, and I have to make a quick correction. As you guys noticed, it was actually the G.I. Joe Renegade line instead of the Pursuit of Cobra. And you see I threw in the club G.I. Joe version and the vintage, just so you guys can have an idea, because I don't have either one of those. But we left off with how his face scope looked, and let's zoom in a little more. You can see his eyes look great. And again, this reference is really, really awesome. So what we'll do now is we will take a quick pause. I'll put this guy here. We'll zoom out a little bit. Right there, or right there, or right there, or right there. And what we'll do is we'll take a look at accessories and the canines. As you see, I got to take Order out of the box still for the classified one. So we're going to take a quick pause again, and I'll be right with you guys in a blink of an eye. Okay, guys, so now we're going to compare the accessories that each of these individual characters came with based on the series that they were dedicated to. So we'll start off with classified again, and here is an actual the portrait of Order, the dog, which is a German Shepherd. And it looks really, really nice. He has this muzzle thing here to hold on here from his neckline. No actual rope like in the vintage, but this is something that I believe is more up to date and realistic with the times now of what they use, as opposed to the rope from back in the day. It says MPK9s, which means Military Police K9 Unit. Really nice on the side, Tampo, a nice in military green. Nice details. It has there a area where, as you can see, you can hold on right there to his harness as well. They got some peg holes for the modulation, so you can add like little backpacks and stuff of sort. Here's the bottom piece where you see there that it's to protect his belly area. And you know, he's really nicely articulated. He has a lot of different parts and joints and moves in and out in the back, forward here. There's a 1, 2, and then the bottom by the toes, 3, 4. So 4 areas, plus you got a hinge. And it's the same thing for each side of his legs and each leg, and then even his tail's on a ball peg, and you got a waist there in the stomach and the torso area of the dog, or the German Shepherd. He has a movement as well there. And again, like I said, it looks really, really beautiful with all this beautiful paint in black, with the blending of the nice caramel brown and even some shades of white on his face as well, with the beautiful eyes, the pink in the ear, blended in with some grays, the nice, what you call it, shininess from the dog's nose, the tongue sticking out like he's thirsty, as you can see there, right? It looks really nice, really, really nice. They put a lot of nice detail and attention to him, and they all different. You even got a hinge here that goes out on all legs. They always put that attention to the details when it comes to the animals in G.I. Joe thus far. So let me pan out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Then next he comes with an extra portrait and this muzzle guard. This is basically, I think, to blind him, to teach him or train him to sense smell, I believe it is. That's what it is. You see that he's barking and more angry with this portrait, in his mouth. And his teeth are showing with the beautiful pink inner line. This, I believe, was made specifically for the neutral head, but you could also fit it on the angry head, but you got to be careful. See, there's the angry head. It looks gorgeous, though. It looks like a real German Shepherd head. And then this is the muzzle guard. And I believe also this is also used to, if you're in battle or something, to protect their eyes. And again, I could be wrong, but I'm almost sure that's what it is, from what I understand. This, truth be told, this did not come with him, this stand. This is from one of the retro ones. You see it has the Cobra logo on it, Tampo. I'm just using it to stand them, for the review. So the classified Law and Order does not come with it. And we have this nice side pistol gun. As you see there. Zoom in on it. There you go. All the nice details, as you can see. Very, very nice. As you can see. Right there. A little hole in the front. And then he comes with the baton, nightstick, whatever you want to call it. All in black with that matte black and kind of sheen, nice sheen to it. Very accurate looking. And he comes with an extra set of handcuffs, but they're like in a plastic, in a gray plastic. Hold on one second. Then also he comes with a knife, really nice looking, painted really well. You can see the black handle. Then his MP helmet has scuffs and marks and colorations like he's been in battle, as you can see. Really nice. And then the MP tempo there. And then he comes with the hands that he came with. 1, 2, 3, 8 hands altogether, 4 sets of hands. And they're all different. This is supposed to be supposedly symbols. Supposed to be symbols to give the dog, the canine, different commands. This is another one here. According to what was said by the Hasbro team. Here's another one. There we go. Here's another one. Well, this is a trigger finger. There's one trigger finger. Here's another open one. So this is another command, right? Command hand. And they're not all nicely painted. Not the nails, but at least the hand itself. A fisticuff for fighting. And then the 2 that came in his hand, I believe this is another one. Right here, it's another symbol. Another symbol, as you can see. And then he has another trigger. So 2 triggers, I believe the left and right. So that's what the accessories of the classified Law and Order came with. Now we'll take a quick pause and let's take a look at the one that came with the 25th anniversary G.i. Joe Renegade series line of Law and Order. So guys, now let's take a look real quick at the accessories that came with the G.i. Joe Renegade Law and Order. Now, one of the cool things about this size and these lines was that they came stacked, and I mean stacked with stuff, even though it was 3 1/4. Because remember, these are 3-inch lines versus the 6-inch line. So first we'll start with Order again, and of course, being that it's the level of the size, the level of detail is really well done. You can see he looks like a German Shepherd, but also like a wolf at the same time. My daughter painted all this blue. It was all like a grayish color, a bluish navy blue. And then the gray sockets, and then the police in the front. And again, here you go, is the rope in black leather, where you would hold, your canine. Nice washes of black on top of the light brown or caramel brown over here in the front. But this is a completely static figure. This is not something you can actually pose or articulate like you would with the G.I. Joe classified line, which is a big difference. So this is what Order looks like. He did come with a nice base that says G.I. Joe with Law and Order name in the front, which I wish all the Joes from classified did and brought now, because I always thought it was fitting for G.I. Joe, and it just felt right. His protection guard for the face with that nice translucent, clear translucent plastic and black leathering and details there with the white, which goes on top of the MP hat. Then this is the MP hat they had. Same thing. Nice weathering and white like he was in battle. Nightstick as well. So we continue the same, level of for the what they all come with together. Then we have also the handcuffs. These are in black, and side pistol, which is in silver, right there, as you can see. Another gun right there, really nice. It's a shotgun, and it has like some stuff there. I don't know if it's paint or what, but it's kind of flaky if you can see it. And then has a silencer on it, and then he has a machine gun. I forget what kind this is, but really nicely done, all in the matte black. And then he has another small side pistol in gray. There you go. And that one comes with a really small silencer. Very, very small. And you put in the front. So those are the accessories that it comes with, which is a nice mount, especially for the 3-inch line and for the price they used to go for. It was like maybe $10 or $8 back in the Toys R Us days when this line was out. So now let's take a look at both of them side by side with all the accessories on and compare what they look like. We don't really got to jump into articulation because pretty much it's par for the course for both sides and both lines. So here we go, guys. Let's do a comparison of both Law and Order side by side. And let's start off with the Renegades, aka 25th anniversary, fully stacked, fully loaded, nothing to mess with. There you go. Here you have him in all of his glory, all of his weapon loadouts. His, order by his side, on the stand, mask, helmet, everything all together. Really nicely done. Really nice looking. And then, of course, we have Law and Order Classified. And there you go. There you have it. With his MP hat, his gun, nightstick, extra handcuffs, knife, Uzi on the side, on the stand, the belts. I even painted the top of his, quote unquote, what you call that? The flashlight. So there we have him, fully stocked, fully stacked. And of course, next to his boy, Order, next to him side by side. So there you have it. The versus G.I. Joe 25th anniversary versus Classified series. I think they did a great representation that holds true to the classic vintage style Law and Order. One of my favorites growing up when I played with some G.I. Joe, even though I was more of a Masters of the Universe guy instead of G.I. Joe. But regardless, he was one of the cooler ones, and I'm glad they made him. Hopefully we'll see a more retro style with the vest open, and maybe with some other vintage style colors that make more sense. Either way, guys, thank you for watching. This has been a lot of fun to do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs down. If you didn't, share with someone you think might like it. And thank you for all of you that continue to support my channel. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. If you were kind enough to subscribe, I really appreciate it. I'm really humbled because I know you don't have to, but remember, I consider you now part of my family. So this is your host, Heba, signing off with another episode of Versus 25th Anniversary versus G.I. Joe Classified. I'll see you guys in the next one. You can find me in any of the social media outlets, all down in the description below. Until the next one, guys, thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Peace out and keep collecting.